song is on in the far background.
Alexa, stop the music.
This seems weird.
What to do?
Why does it say 1 0?
You're on group 1,
Oh,
2.
I feel like I never saw that before.
We're group 1.
We don't have other groups. We are the group. Okay, I have a joke, and it's a good one. What do you call a belt made of watches?
Belt made of watches.
Yes.
You know what, Sasha?
What?
I give up.
A waste of time.
Oh, like the joke.
It was a good joke, Jeff. Obviously, your mic's not on, is it? No. I think that was a good one.
There. It's right there.
Mm-hmm. Throwing shade. Do. Yeah, well, you can't get me down. Do. Today, I am tired.
I may or may not have sound, but the mic pack is on.
Assume sound. But check the chat room, because they'll tell you for sure.
Oh, I'm sure they'll tell us. They'll be
Let's see.
oh, Jeff's all crackly. I'll be like, what's up, Soul Boo?
What's this? Join. I've been invited to join. Of course I will join. So, wait. Please read the rules. Okay, but not right now.
Oh, I was supposed to remind you about this, but I forgot. So now I'm reminding you. Because I know I'll forget.
Is it a bag of hot peppers?
No, it's my Raspberry Pi. I've been having Bluetooth issues with it.
Oh.
Like 4 months ago. So I brought it in, and I forgot to get him to fix it.
Got it. Picking up what you're laying down.
If I was laying down, I'd fall asleep.
There's a new printer on my network. Huh. Ooh, that's very nice.
Is that what you see on my computer screen?
On this?
On my laptop?
No. I see Discord on your laptop.
Speaking of Discord, we're purging old kid toys.
Uh-huh.
There is a ton of My Little Pony stuff around our house right now.
Oh, yeah?
And Discord is one of those characters. So.
Oh, there's a pony called Discord?
No, he's like a lion, dragon, goat thing.
Oh.
Q from Star Trek The Next Generation is the voice.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah. And the weird thing is, Discord is like this weird dragony thing that can just change things. His character is totally Q.
Weird.
In My Little Pony.
Huh.
It's funny. Like I would sit down and watch it with Savannah when she was young, and I'd be like, oh my goodness, this is totally Q. Like just inserting his will upon all the ponies and, you know, messing things up just because it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's totally Q!
You found a lot of joy in that?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I was like...
Did you used to watch the Barba Papas?
I'm sorry, the what?
Yeah, exactly. So, Dave is sure that these people existed. By people, I mean it's like a Hanna-Barbera show.
I remember the Popples.
Not the Popples. Popples were cool. These are the Barba Papas. And they were little blobs, the little colorful little blobs that could just look at things and then morph into what those things were.
Barba Papas.
Barba Papa.
Well,
look it up.
Sounds like this is a Google. Barba Papa.
Barba Papa.
Barba Papa Show. Barba Papa TV series, 1973 to 1977.
Weird, right?
That was before my time.
It existed. It looks as though I could have been on staff as the illustration team, however.
Huh. Oh,
Jeff,
yes.
with commercial breaks, can I get you to do those, but don't use it as a script?
Yeah.
So, which you're good at. So, like here, I would
Using it
say-
for a script or not using it for a script?
Here, I would say I like how Josh and Chuck do it, where Chuck will just interrupt and just say, we've got to take a really quick break. How about when we come back, you can show us how to do that? That kind of thing.
All right.
You know what I mean?
So, will you just set your timer for...
So
no, we know it's 10 minutes, right? So as soon as I've got it installed and ready to go and 10 minutes is up kind of thing, then we should be good to just kind of move into the commercial break.
Huh. Okay. Sure.
Where's Trondheim? I guess in Alba...
I will probably screw that up, to be clear.
What are you doing? Hey! Yeah. Ah! Check, check, check.
I need to move, apparently.
Hey.
There we go.
Yes.
Feels so...
Yeah, my mic pack has been problematic. Oh.
I feel like I'm... Well, it would help if it was plugged in.
My mic isn't working, I says.
You know what?
Plug
I
it into the
totally
pack
recognize
that's on your
those
belt.
guys.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't remember the show at all, but the A. I remember the A.
I did argue with Dave on whether or not they actually existed, and he assured me that
Is this
indeed
a
they
thing?
did.
No, legit, they existed.
Yeah.
Dave really quickly whipped up that website.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I can sketch a couple things.
He made IMDb.
Nice. Hi, everybody.
I think I'm on IMDb.
It was a French children's book.
Check, check, check. How are our levels, folks? Everybody sounds about even? Everybody sounds good? Jeff doesn't sound like he's in a bucket today?
No, I don't think so.
Good.
And I
Excellent.
adjusted the mic so it's not
Good.
touching the beard.
Yeah. Good.
So-
And it's not too far out.
No, it's good.
Hi, Maridroid.
I do not have a beard.
That's probably a good thing.
Yes.
Dave may not like that.
It's scratchy. He always complains it's scratchy.
Scratchy.
So
That's right.
Barba Papa was derived from French word for cotton candy.
Who knew, right?
I love
Who knew?
cotton candy.
So there you go. There you go. All right. Shall we jump into it?
Suppose so.
Suppose
Are we
don't
ready?
have much of a choice.
Yeah. Sorry,
It is
I'm so
Wednesday.
bossy. You get all set up, dude. Hey, GWG. Hi, G-Dog. Ugaraba, good to see you.
Bum, bum.
Soulboo, always a pleasure. You set?
And
Are you connected?
Garby.
I think so.
How are you for coffee? You're right down to the last drip.
I
Are
know.
you okay? Or
I
you
am
need
okay.
more?
No. Okay, here's why I don't need more.
Okay.
Because I'm really tired right now. So I'm pretty sure that if I don't have a second coffee, I will sleep.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Not during the show, but maybe immediately
Preferably. Okay. Let's jump into it, folks. Hope you enjoy the show. Have fun. Our live recordings are trusted only to solid-state drives by Kingston Technology. Revive your computer with improved performance and reliability over traditional hard drives with Kingston SSDs.
Category5.tv streams live with Telestream, Wirecast, and Nimble Streamer. Tune in every week on Roku, Kodi, Plex, and other HLS video players. For local showtimes, visit Category5.tv.
Category5.tv is a member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Cat5.tv/TPN and the International Association of Internet Broadcasters, cat5.tv/IAIB.
Welcome to the show, everybody. That makes me think about all of the platforms that Category 5 is on. I was just looking at our subscribe page the other day.
Okay.
And realized, like, we have, not only do we have RSS feeds, but we're on things like Stitcher and iTunes and obviously YouTube and all of these platforms that we don't always mention. But it's like, do a search and you may be surprised to find us on Spotify or various platforms. So I'm going to work on that because there are some that we need to add there. But
All right.
if we are missing from your favorite podcast aggregator, we are on Podcast Addict as well, and they've got a great support team.
Oh, yeah, I like Podcast Addict.
Me too. Me
Yes.
too. So if we're not on your platform, let us know, and we'll reach out to them and make sure that that Category 5 TV and its bunch of shows ends up there. Endpoint Security Podcast launched a new episode just over the
Nice.
past couple of weeks, and that's doing really well. Starting to gain some momentum with that show, which is really exciting because it's teaching business people and IT people the fundamentals about cybersecurity and protecting our businesses, protecting our people within the business, and customer data.
Right.
Those kinds of things.
Just paramount.
I've had some fantastic guests on that show, and I'd encourage you to check that out as well. And that's all available through our website.
Good times.
How's everybody doing?
Great.
Yes?
Yes.
Good. How you?
I'm good.
Good.
And you?
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Oh.
We'll talk about that in just a few minutes' time as the pain shoots up my spine.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'll tell you all about it. But before we jump into it, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. And when you do that, make sure you click that bell as well. That's going to give you that notification, which I noticed when we went live tonight. I looked at my phone, and it actually said, not only did it say Category 5 TV is live, but it gave me a button that would allow me to automatically start watching.
Oh, nice.
Just like that.
That's good.
So I don't know if that's new or, usually I'm live, so I don't pull my phone out and look
Right.
when I flip the switch. But
Thank
Maybe
you
that's
for
the thing.
that.
that's a cool feature.
It realizes that you're not watching on your phone. And it's like, hey,
Yes.
you need to.
Exactly. So by hitting that bell, it is going to alert you not only when we're live, but also when we release pre-recorded videos and things
Exactly.
like that. Do keep in mind we have two main YouTube channels. Now, we've got several because we have various shows, but Category 5 Technology TV has Category 5 Technology TV. Obviously,
sense. Yeah.
yes, but that's like the 1 hour, 1.5 hour show. So for those who don't want to sit through the entire length of the show, you can go to linuxtechshow.com. That will take you to our kind of daughter channel, which is all the edited down clips
Yeah, so they're
from
like
Category
little
5.
snippets, like 10 minutes long, stuff
Yeah,
like
some are like 3 minutes and some are 18, but it's never going to be like a full-length show. It's just the main features. So I edit those out and put those up on linuxtechshow.com. So do keep that in mind if you want to receive the live notification. That happens on Category 5 Technology TV versus linuxtechshow.com, which is just the edited down clips that you're going to see after the fact. So if you're not getting your notification, even though you're subscribed, maybe that's why.
that. All right.
Ready to get into it?
Yes.
Indeed.
I have been in an unbelievable amount of pain over the past 13 days and counting.
13.
13.
I knew nothing about pain last week.
Last week I kind of mentioned, I don't know if it was during the show or just behind the scenes.
I think it was behind the scenes.
Maybe,
Yeah.
just mentioning
I
that.
don't listen behind the scenes, so it's
But
all good.
but the past week has been excruciating. So I suffer from ulnar nerve entrapment, which has flared up. And
Okay.
those who are aware of what that means, I've got a nerve, and so do you, that goes down your arm. And if you go, the repetitive stress injury causes it to swell. And when that happens, the pain is unbelievable. So I'm actually wearing a brace today, and I may not be able to use my right arm quite as much as I normally would, and I might flinch a little bit as I do use my right arm. But that's what I've been going through for the past 13 days. Mm-hmm. And it comes and
It's a
goes,
lot.
but it comes in waves, and it's been really, really bad.
You do such a good job of not being in pain visually while you're
Thank
doing
you.
a show. I realize that
You're
are
so close to me that you
suffering.
probably see the little bit of a
Like the
shakiness
beads of
to me.
sweat.
Yeah, I've got like a little bit of a
Like nerve pains are
like
real.
flinches and spasms, and my back has been spasming. My right pec has been like pulling a Terry Crews, but unintentionally. No control over that.
Just
But that's what I've been going through. And those of us who work in an office environment where you're sitting at a desk all the time. Now, I'm not saying it's okay for me to work as hard as I have in the past few weeks that caused this injury. That I'm learning to say, I have to learn to say no.
Yes.
We kind of have to learn to say no when we've got those kinds of deadlines that are, or at least say, maybe next week. I was facing a really strong deadline that I promised the customer, and I really wanted to achieve that, but other things happened. A server went down on Monday that I had to deal with, and other things took place throughout the course of the week, and so I was behind schedule, and I had to catch up. Over the course of 2 weeks, I put in 80 hours on this one project, plus working full-time, plus doing everything else that I do.
That's a lot.
So it was really tough, and I didn't realize that I was hurting myself. And I did. So if you're that person who's like sitting at your desk and thinking, no, I can just get through the pain for just, you might have to feel that pain for the next few weeks. So please be careful. But my whole reason for explaining this to you is, okay, for one thing, yeah, Robbie's human too, and so we all go through the same kind of things that you go through in your office environment and with life in general. But I had to figure out, okay, I still have to go to work every day. I still have to sit at my desk, and I still have to program websites and do sales and do support and everything else and answer tickets. And how can I do that? It's been tough, I'll admit.
Can you voice automate some of that stuff?
Like
a headset?
Probably, yeah. But you get into some expensive stuff. The pain has also caused it to be really hard to focus and concentrate. So if I seem to drift during the show tonight, just kind of, hey, take over for me, will you? And I feel a spasm in the back of my arm happening as well. So
I think you ought to be really happy that it's me standing on your right side, so I will not poke you if you start to
Jeff would be rough. Yeah, he's rough and tumble.
How's it going, buddy?
How did I get that? It's like, oh, just the guy who's going to hurt Robbie.
No
compassion at all.
That's not true, really. I tease.
Yeah. So if I lose my train of thought, just know that that's why that's happening tonight.
Okay.
But you mentioned that maybe you could use a headset, or maybe you could use a device or an accessibility device. And yeah, absolutely. And on Category 5 Technology TV, we have in fact looked at some said devices.
Oh, cool.
One of them was a sensor that you put above your monitor, and then you wear a special baseball cap, and that baseball cap has a sensor dot that the sensor would read and would be able to track your movement of your head and things like that. But they get expensive. You can get things that you put on your head that have sensors that you can control that way. And I'm by no means in the worst state. There are people that are well worse off than I am in the state that I'm in right now. But through trying to figure out how can I still continue to work, I thought this would make a really good demonstration because of what I had to go through. So, as I mentioned, we've looked at some technology in the past. And the TLDR, here's what we're getting into. We looked at a program called eViacam a long time ago. So, Enable Viacam is what it stands for. And it's a free tool for Linux that allows you to control your mouse cursor using your facial movements. So assuming that you have the capability of moving your head reasonably precisely, so you can't, it probably won't work for somebody who has mobility issues in their neck, those kinds of things, or certainly if you have pain in your neck, it's probably not a good idea. But as a free option for accessibility, not necessarily to replace my mouse, but to add some accessibility as an alternative to my mouse. So with the mouse still on my desk, I can forget about the mouse for a few minutes, put my arm at my side and let it rest, and control my mouse with my face.
Okay.
Imagine if that was possible. But unfortunately, that demonstration was so old. We're going back many, many years here. 2012 is when we did that particular demonstration. And it was groundbreaking technology at the time, but unfortunately, I tried to install it and it didn't work.
Okay.
So shall we get into it?
Yeah.
Again, TLDR, I got it to work, and I'm going to show you how to do it tonight. Okay? So let's jump right into it. I'm going to show you what happen. So first of all, the way that I normally would install this, and I'm doing this on Linux Mint 19, is I'd bring up my package manager and just do a search for eViacam. And you'll see that the package comes up there, and I can mark it for installation and apply. So this is going to download this through the interwebs and install it on my Linux Mint system. So keep in mind, this is a modern Linux Mint system, not something like Ubuntu from 2012.
But this is the 2012 software.
This is the old software, right?
Okay.
Now they've kept up development, but let's see what happens. So I'm going to click, it's finished installing. I'm going to click on my applications menu and type in eViacam and click on it. And I would expect that it would come up, but it's not actually doing anything. So, you know, maybe it's not loaded yet or something like that. So let's try again and click on it. I mean, it looks like it installed, but it's not actually doing a darned thing.
Right.
Which is not very helpful for me. So one way we can find out what's going on with the program is to jump into our terminal and then type in the command that you would use to launch it, which is eViacam. And do you see what happened there? It's looking for GTK3, but it's got GTK2 symbols installed on this version of Linux Mint. So what I actually need to do is install the proper drivers, and it can be very, very onerous. It can be really tough to figure out what do I need to install now.
Right.
So through this process, I decided, hey, I'll write an installer. So get it working for myself, but then release this so that you can install this on your Linux Mint 19 system as well, if this would be helpful for you. And again, this is not necessarily a replacement for your mouse, but maybe you know somebody, or maybe you sometimes need a break, and you just need to be able to put your hands down and forget about the mouse for a little bit, and this may be the answer for you. So resuming there, I'm going to jump into my terminal. First, before I do anything further, I'm going to uninstall the version from the repository. So again, back into Synaptic Package Manager, do a search and unmark it, mark for complete removal, and apply that. So this is just going to rip out all of the stuff that it had installed before and clean things up. I'm not going to use a flat pack. I'm not going to use snaps. I'm going to use good old Bash. So I've got Git installed. You're going to need that, apt install Git. But with that installed, let's jump into /temp and git clone my repository, which is https://cat5tv/eViacam, and hit enter. That's going to clone the software that I created for you. cd eViacam. And now just simply sudo /install.sh. And I'm going to let that run and explain to you what's happening here as I kind of speed that up for the sake of TV. So it wouldn't run this fast. It takes about 15 minutes to set up. But you can kind of get an impression as to how much junk is actually needed in order to make this go.
Oh my goodness.
So you would have had to go through this process all by your lonesome. There it is. WX widgets is what we need to replace. So we're actually compiling a new version of WX widgets after removing the included version on Mint 19, because we need to have that GTK3 extension included. So, and then we're downloading and installing eViacam. It compiles it. Like, this is all a bunch of gibberish, I know, right?
This is intense.
So what the script does, and if you look at the install.sh file, is it removes some of the stuff that is incompatible. Full disclosure or disclaimer, it could technically break things. It's probably not going to, but understand what's happening here. We're removing WX widgets and installing a new version that has GTK3. And apparently it's done. So it says the command to run eViacam is eViacam.
Just like that.
Just like that, right? So let's try running the command. So remember, what it's done is it's removed a couple of things. It's installed a whole bunch of dependencies, things that are required by eViacam in order to operate, and by WX widgets in order to be compiled.
Right.
And then it's compiled a custom version just for you, just for your Linux Mint system. I'm going to jump back to my terminal window here. Just bring back up. I'm just going to minimize a couple of things there and jump back onto my laptop. And if I type eViacam, it says not found. user/bin/eviacam. Let's see if I can make that a little bit. I can't make that a little bigger for you. I'm going to tell you verbally what I'm typing. So I'm going to type which eviacam, which will show me the actual location of eviacam, which is user local bin eviacam, which is apparently not in my path, but that's fine. I can just run that command, and if all goes well, so as soon as I hit enter, we should see my webcam. Now keep in mind, you do require having a webcam in order to do this, but most of us, like the laptop has one installed, you may have one kicking around, and if it's reasonably good quality, it should work for you. With eviacam running, now you can see it's actually tracking my face. See that? See the box around my face, and we've got some green dots that are happening that are kind of tracking things there.
That is cool.
I want to take it to the next level and actually show you how this works.
But I think before we do that, we got to take a break. So
right after that, stick around. We're actually going to configure it with the wizard, and then we're going to give it a couple of tests and see, like, can this really help? So that I don't have to put my hand on my mouse.
I think it's going to work because nothing ever breaks when you do it.
When we're on live TV, compiling custom applications,
we're taking
doing things that shouldn't be possible. Yeah. All right.
Stick around.
I appreciate your confidence, Jeff.
No problem.
Oh, yeah. Grab a bottle of water.
I'm going to switch back so that I have a zoomed in view.
Okay. By the way,
yeah.
Chat room people, how's my mic sounding? Apparently the beard has gotten in the way in the past. So let us know if it's fuzzy or clicky. Or
yeah, usually the beer makes your voice fuzzy. Oh, right, yes.
Beard.
Oh, right, yes. Oh, Sasha,
the
you don't
facial
know
hair.
some joke. That makes it a bit bigger, eh? Am I right? I'm going to just kind of center that with Tech TV. There we go. Oh.
So when we load back in, there's two
Does it
questions
see my
in the
face
chat room.
too?
Yes, it does see
It
your
does
face.
see my face.
It'll see all faces.
Hello.
All faces?
You do require a face.
Does it?
Well, that's not a very accurate representation of a human head.
But the point is, it doesn't.
Aw,
Pick up
poor
the box.
Jeff. Poor Jeff.
So we do have two questions in the chat room about it. Do we deal with those before we jump into
Happy
it?
to. Happy to.
Okay. Well, I guess one's a comment and one's a question.
All right.
What if you only have one eye?
Well, still tracks me okay.
Yeah? Okay.
Okay. I just want to check where things are at. I'm going to put enable via cam kind of right on the screen so you can see it. There we go.
Hold on.
What to do?
I splashed water on my glasses, and it's going to just drive me
Oh,
bonkers.
gosh, Sasha.
I know. Super high maintenance I am.
I know. Sorry for the delays, everybody. Sasha splashed water on her glasses.
They're not tears. They're water splashes.
Why are you crying?
Okay. Here we go. This is why coffee's safer for me.
This is what I have on right now. So I have like a tension thing. Which
So, do you ice it? What have you been doing?
I do, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And I've got an immobilizer, they call it, to wear when I sleep.
Oh. That doesn't sound fun in any way at all.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
All right. Okay, ready? Do you want to welcome us back, Jeff?
Sure. Welcome back to Category 5 Technology TV. We have been learning how to hack 2012. Not quite.
Oh, yeah? Time travel? Make it go on 2019 distros?
That's right.
Yeah.
No, so we've been talking about eviacam.
Yeah.
That was originally a 2012 software for Linux.
Well, it's been around for a long
Yes, but
time,
that's
Jeff.
when it first came out.
We, to clarify, we did a demonstration of it back in
Back in
2012.
2012,
You remember?
yes. Yeah.
And it worked great back then, but it
Yeah.
didn't work on a modern Linux operating system.
Right, and so you had to make some tweaks, download a bunch of...
I just wrote an installer script. Just wrote a script that made it go.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, on the break, there was 2 questions that popped up in the chat room.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one was more so of a comment, but the one question was from Ugaraba, says, what is the application tracking? Is it the face and the eyes?
The nipples?
Because on your screen, you've got the red box that picks up your face,
Yes.
and then there's the green dots for the eyes.
Okay, so let's actually get in there and see what it's seeing. Do you see that? So it's figuring out what is a face. So it's putting dots around my nose. It's putting dots on my eyes. Do you see the green dots?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So it's tracking all kinds of stuff.
All right. And now the other comment was from Solbu, and so he was watching the compiling, and he said the only thing he didn't like is that it was done in root. Is there another way to do it without being in root?
You could modify the install.sh file so that just the make install process happens as root, but there are a couple of things that have to be root. Obviously, apt install, which you can change to sudo if you want within the script. Also, apt remove to get rid of WX widgets has to be sudo, and of course make install. So both of those tools, WX widgets and eViacam, are compiled, which does not require root, and it's done in a temp folder, so it is able to access that even as your non-root user. But that final step, the make install, requires being able to access system components, and of course that requires root.
Right.
Okay, so you can modify that. I see another issue that you do raise is that I am accidentally running as root. I could no, I'm not. I'm actually not running as root. I thought I was. I don't know if you see that. I'm running as Robbie. I had run the installer as sudo.
Right.
sudo./install. I didn't do a sudo su. So I'm actually running eViacam as a non-root user. So to answer your question, yes, you could hack that up. Feel free to do a PR if you prefer. It's up to you. But if you look at the script, the only things that are happening that are as root that shouldn't necessarily be as root is compiling the software within a /tmp folder. Okay. So there's no harm, no foul. You can look at the source code and see exactly what's happening there.
All right.
Let's see it.
Okay, so you want to actually get in and see how this works. Okay,
Yes.
So keeping in mind, I want to deprecate the need for my mouse, or at least supplement the need for my mouse. I'm going to click Next, and it says, okay, yeah, it detected the integrated camera. That's the built-in one, and I also tested this with a Microsoft LifeCam, and it worked flawlessly. Okay, so locate face automatically. Yeah, of course. Disable eViacam if no face is found. I like to turn that on so that if I walk away from my desk, it's going to turn off until I turn it back on again. That's kind of cool. That way, if someone sits down at my desk, it doesn't start moving to their face.
Right.
Okay, next up, perform assisted calibration. Yeah, let's do that because I want it to be as accurate as possible. Move your head left and right. So left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
How long do you have to move left and right?
Right. I don't know, Jeff.
Keep
I'm just
doing
doing
it.
what I'm told here. Come on.
Okay.
Left.
Oh, there you
Oh.
go.
Oh,
down.
up and
Up and
down.
down.
Up and down. Up and down. That
This
hurts
is-
to look down.
This is why you don't want to have any neck problems.
I feel
Yeah.
like this is like a 1980s.
Oh, okay. Now look.
warm-up.
Look at what's happening now.
Oh, look at
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
Do you click
So
my blinker?
it says hover, move your head to see how it works, which I'm doing. So if I move my head, and then it disappeared, and now I've lost control, and I have to actually use my mouse again. I was enjoying that.
That was fun.
So next. Oh, well, enable pointer control. Let's set up our axis speed. So this is all being controlled with my face. So if I go to the left, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so that you can see the full window here. I'm going to go to my right, and I'm just moving my head here. I feel like that's pretty natural. Like
Yeah.
it's following, but I don't like that I can't. Oh, I can stand. Oh, neat. I can kind of like stand up. It might be because it's looking up at me,
Right.
But that could be a little bit faster. So I'm going to increase that to 14 for looking up and down. Yeah, that feels much nicer. Left and right feels pretty good. That I don't like, having to look up like that. So I can adjust that by just kind of adjusting my axis speed. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is when I look at dead center of the screen, and I'm not sure that, don't worry about the little staticky things there. I don't know what that is. But when I look dead center of the screen, I can use the touchpad on my laptop or your actual physical mouse to center the cursor while I'm looking dead center. So now it's basically calibrated. Because if my mouse is over here, and then I look at the screen, and then I go left, I'm going to have to go left, 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 right? If I instead look dead center of the screen and then center it with my mouse or with my cursor, with the touchpad, then I feel like, hey, this is much more natural.
Is good.
I'm going to hover over next, and I'm not clicking anything. I'm just hovering because it waits for a moment to see if I've dwelled. See that dwell click, default. Gesture click is also available, though I've not figured it out. And I'm getting some anomalies on the screen. I've never had that happen yet. And so it may be just the laptop and the way that I've got that connected. So just know that anomaly, you see that flickering, that is not something that I've encountered yet, but this is the first time that I've plugged in the HDMI to the laptop.
Could it also be because of the calibration that you're doing?
No, I think it's like a video driver issue because I've got HDMI output going to our broadcast server.
Okay.
So now I can hover over next and just wait. And it clicked. Okay, so now I can go run this wizard at startup. Click. Start eViacam at user login. Click. Impossible to get permissions for file. No such file or directory. Oh. Well,
Okay.
Because it doesn't have a launcher. That's fine. Enable eViacam at startup. Good. Okay, finish. Again, I'm controlling that 100% exclusively with my face.
Hands free.
Yeah, hands free. So my hands are up here, folks. Nobody's messing around. This is not a gimmick.
Yeah.
So folks are.
I don't even know where your mouse is.
It's just a touchpad. Just a touchpad on the computer.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to, with my hands free, I'm just gonna try a couple of things. Oh, I see a window up here that allows me to change the click action, which is kind of cool, and I'm going to probably try that. I'm going to go down and click on the menu by just hovering my face. And then let's go on to, let's say, the internet. Chrome. So I've kind of gotten used to, now you've lost me, I wonder if I can get over, can I, with my face, actually get over to the restore button? And now, I'm not sure.
How do you move the window?
Yeah, I'm not sure how to move it, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to touch my mouse button and then move it with my face. Okay, so I'm using the hovering, the dwell to click, which I don't particularly like myself. So I'm going to hover over pause. There we go. So now, as I move around, because what I find happens in that instance is that I'm clicking on stuff as I'm reading websites.
Right.
Because when you dwell to read something, all of a sudden you start clicking with your face, right? So what I prefer, now I have a trackpad at my desk, so I actually turn it sideways and use my left hand to just tap the mouse button. So I don't have to use the trackball or anything. I just use my face, and I control it that way, but then I click with my left hand.
This is great.
This instance, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tap the mouse button on my laptop. So again, with my left hand, which is not affected by the ulnar nerve entrapment, I'm going to just put my hand over top of that mouse button. So now I can look around and I can move the window, see what I'm doing there with my head. It's a very subtle gesture, but I can, go like that. And let's actually do some stuff. Can I get rid of this window here? Yes, I'm going to hover my head right there and click, and that gets rid of that.
Okay.
Can I make a request?
You can absolutely make a request.
Can you type something? Can you pull up a keyboard and type something?
You could if you wanted to use an on-screen keyboard.
Okay.
I don't. I'm not at that point. I can still use my hands okay. I just want to get away from using the mouse.
Right.
And an on-screen keyboard could be pretty annoying.
I'm just wondering,
So long.
the scope of where you could take this technology.
Sure. Oh, you
right?
could do all that stuff. If you have real issues with that extend beyond, I can still use my mouse. It just really hurts. So I try, and I'm told I really need to let this rest for 3 weeks. So I try to stay away from the mouse if I can.
Right.
So this gives me an opportunity to only use my left hand, and then I'll type with my left hand. But sometimes I'll bring my right hand in and I'll start typing as well.
Okay.
So.
Now,
Yes, Jeff.
What if you throw a second face on the screen? Does it mess it up?
We could always try that, Jeff. I mean, typically you're sitting at your desk with yourself, right? So here's me controlling.
Yeah.
Does it pick you up?
No.
No. So now if I get out of the
completely
frame,
ignored.
can you control it now?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Whoa.
You're not calibrated. See,
I'm
it was
definitely
off
not
to the right.
I'm definitely not calibrated.
So because this is your first time ever doing it,
Okay.
Jeff, use the mouse to put it in the center while you look into the center.
All right, hold on. Let
So
me actually.
well, you're moving your head at the same
I
time,
know,
and
but
that's a mouse.
that's what I'm saying. I want to
There.
actually be
Okay.
centered. Okay.
All right.
All right. Wow. So that switches to a different user very easily.
Yeah.
But it
now
did
get
not.
Now
okay.
get out of here. Get out of here. All right. Yeah, and the calibration was pretty simple, right? So I
Yeah.
just used my touchpad. So let's, okay, so I brought up Chrome. Let's bring up my website. So, I've probably already got it here. So category5.tv. Remember, I'm just using my left hand. My right hand is completely free, okay? So I'm just clicking, that's the forum. So do I have home? Yes. Beautiful. See how easy it was for me to actually point with my head to the home button? And that's not that's not a big button,
No.
right? Okay, so we're live on the air. Let's actually use the search feature. So I'm going to bring up search, and I'm going to type eViacam on our website, because that's how you can find this video once it goes live. And let's actually use that scroll bar on the right-hand side and see if I can actually manage.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm looking down.
That is
So,
great.
see this?
And there's that episode.
Yeah, that's the episode 259 from September 2012. Wow. So, wow. Okay, so I'm able to click around pretty accurately.
Was that Sasha's first show? It says introducing Sasha.
Yeah, your first show.
I don't remember my first
Wow.
show.
Well,
That's
now
so
you know
funny.
it
Now
was
I know.
eViacam. And now you have the answer to that. So I was impressed with the touch screen when you used your touch to click the X.
Yes.
Because that takes some precision. The X is pretty small. Do you think I can click the X and close Chrome with my face? Now, I'm going to click with my finger, my left hand, but can I do this
Can you click?
with my face? So, yes, I can, as I nod and the cursor goes all over the place. That's another thing to mention. I'm going to just show you this really, really quickly. Let's say I look way up because, there's a bird up there.
Oh, it
right?
recentered, actually.
Now the calibration's a little bit off. So what I can actually do is I can look up until it hits the edge of the screen, look down till it hits the edge of the screen, look left and look right, and it will basically center itself as well. So now when I look dead at the center of the screen, the mouse cursor is basically in the center of the screen. It's amazing. When I move to the left, it's moving with me. And it's actually... it gives the sense that it's following my eyes because it's so incredibly accurate.
Now, if you go closer,
It's free.
If you go closer to your webcam, would your face movements be smaller to impact the movement? Like I'm thinking of somebody who
Sure.
maybe has limited neck mobility. If they
So
were
if
closer,
I was right in here,
yeah. And
so
if,
what is the mobility like here? So it's much more sensitive, but I could adjust that. Remember my
Right.
sensitivity settings? So I could adjust that. And it is, right now I've got it set for me standing back here.
Right.
Because that's how I calibrated it.
Okay. So
But-
if you did have a webcam closer to your face, you could do it with limited movement.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Sure. Yeah, and it's very sensitive. So I'm gonna just barely move my head. Watch the mouse cursor. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna point to the number 1 there that's in green. Are you ready?
Okay.
So watch how sensitive this is. Okay. So I'm just barely moving there, and I can get down to that. See that? Okay. So let's click the X. Hello.
Easy.
Yeah. Okay. So let's bring up Calc. So where would I find that? Office, LibreOffice Calc.
Okay, this is similar to me wanting you to use a keyboard, you know.
Sure. Yeah. But here I am controlling this, and I promise you, I'm not touching the touchpad. No gimmicks, no tricks. I am only controlling this with my face, but clicking the mouse button on the laptop with my left hand. So here I am in Calc. So, and this is being controlled with my face. I'm just going to calibrate by looking left and looking right, looking up, looking down. And let's click on, give me a cell number that's on the screen. So like K10, I think that would be, well, here's K, and that's 9, 10. No, 11. There. Let's do one a little closer to here so I can see the edge. So B what?
B5.
B5? Okay. There you go. So I'm doing that with my face. So it's that simple. I can click with my left finger and drag, click around. And I'm not having any trouble getting my, no pun intended, but my head around this. I'm not having any trouble with the controls.
Mm-hmm.
I did turn off the dwell clicking because I find that it's easier to just use my left hand to click.
Right.
But other than that, beautiful. There you have it, folks.
I cannot
That's
believe
cool.
that it was my first show.
There you go. Now you know, right?
Yeah,
wild.
this is not going to be my last show. Like,
I
I
was
feel
about
like
to say, don't make this your last.
There we are.
Now, I mean, obviously we're not set up for this, but it makes me wonder, could you use this for, other purposes? Like,
Yes.
like, I don't know, like some sort of, simple gaming or something, like as a first-person
I'd assume
shooter.
so.
Or, like, I don't,
Well,
like,
this
I don't know how.
Okay.
like point and click,
Shooter.
point and click games. Yes. Can you?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
see why not. But realistically, this is just like controls for your computer to help with your day-to-day.
Yeah.
Can you click by winking?
No. But
Okay.
what you can do is a left
There you
click
go,
is
Mary
a
Pride.
tap your head to the left. A right click is a tap your head to the right. A double click is a tap up. Down is some I don't know.
Space.
I never got that working personally. But I didn't need it.
Right.
Is there let's actually bring that and I clicked on the wrong thing.
Now, in my new line of work, I have encountered people with very significant
Dwell click?
mobility issues, and now I'm just going to be talking this up all the time.
You get into the documentation for that. There is that capability, but I didn't like it or find it
Right.
helpful in my case because I'm using the click button. But
Yeah.
there is the feature to use that, like quick look to the left click, for example. So there you have it. That is eViacam
That's cool.
running on Linux Mint 19 in 2019. So my system, if I did an apt upgrade, dist upgrade, everything's current. I'm running the current kernel and it's up to date. And we're now running eViacam on this system using that
Cool.
install script. So,
Bananas.
and just so I'm clear, I didn't create eViacam. I didn't do anything more than look through some of the issues that were posted on their GitHub, see how other people have fixed this, and then just made it easier for you so that if you want to use this, you don't have to do the same process. And maybe there's somebody out there who wants to use this and is not quite as technically savvy to follow those kinds of things. So,
Right.
so it really helps.
Now, thinking about what you said about, this is your Linux Mint 19.
Yeah.
If you did because something had to change in order to make this happen, if 2 weeks down the road you do an update and an upgrade, is that going to undo that stuff?
No.
So it should all still be in
The
place?
script removes the stuff that affects its functionality and replaces it with a custom compiled version.
Right. So
using
that won't get
GTK3.
overwritten.
No.
Cool.
No. It'd be good to go. Only a final note is that it's for Linux, as you're probably aware. So, way to go, Linux.
Yeah.
You win again.
That won't be a problem for any of us or our
Score
viewers.
one.
Remember,
1,000.
it's Linux. Updates don't generally break things, Jeff.
That's true.
Haha.
Although you did give a warning.
All the links are below. Yeah, that's just a caveat or a protection for myself. If it breaks your system, don't come running to me.
That's right.
Yeah, but links are below. You can click around to find your way to eViacam. Enjoy. We do have to head over to the newsroom. Sasha, you ready for us?
Sure am.
Nice. I'll go get the keyboard so I can actually throw to you.
Yeah. Like, sure am, but I'm pretty sure
We should
Like-
find a way to use eViacam for you to be able to control the news.
0% that's going
No
to happen.
thanks.
No, I can't even with my own, I can't control it myself. Robbie needs to control it. I can't.
All right, fair enough.
The chat room like that?
Yes.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
lots of
good.
good conversation.
I remember when I used to use the teleprompter on my laptop.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like
You're looking down all the time.
and I was constant
Clicking.
pausing, constant clicking. I can't keep it.
Yes,
solid,
that's
steady
correct,
straight.
J-Lim. And I'm going to post the link here for you.
Hi, Jalen. Oh, and hi, Marshman.
This is my repository, which will help you to install it. So that's the script that I just installed live on the show in order to make this happen for you. Okay. And I'm going to close out a Uvia cam on here because I'm going to start controlling everything here. Looks good. I love it. It's really it's been my saving grace this week. I'll tell you what.
I am really happy that you found something that'll help.
Yeah, thanks.
I can't imagine. But yeah, you are holding it together.
Thanks, bud. My knees are shaking.
Amazing. You're
need a
doing
chair?
great.
No, I'll be
For the
okay.
news?
I'll make it through.
Okay.
We're almost there.
Yeah. Okay. What buttons am I supposed to push?
Oh no. Do you want Jeff to control the news?
No, that's... Well, yeah.
That way you can sit down?
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I'll just use my left hand. But watch, because I don't normally have my coffee cup
Yes,
on the
I will
left-hand
not
side.
eat it.
And that's just because I can't lift it with my right hand. So
Am I supposed to be here?
you're supposed to be centered,
I'm censored.
and then that's putting you to the
I'm in
left.
exactly the right spot.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Move to your right, just slightly.
Not in exactly the right spot.
Perfect, right?
There we go.
Yeah, see?
Perfecter.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Okay, hold on. Now my nose is itchy. Here are the stories we're covering this week in the Category5.tv newsroom. The UK taxman has fallen foul of the GDPR, agreeing to wipe 5 million voice recordings used to make biometric IDs. Did your Firefox browser break over the weekend? You're not alone. In fact, virtually everyone who uses Mozilla's popular browser encountered this issue, and we'll tell you why. On Tuesday, Google began rolling out a new feature that allows you to configure how long it can save data from all of the Google services you use, like Maps, Search, and everything you do online. And researchers have taken steps towards an iconic Star Trek medical device. These stories are coming right up. Don't go anywhere.
Nice.
That's right.
Seamless
Stay right
edits.
here.
Yes. What is it you're looking for, DJ Wheels? Do you mean our website is category5.tv? It's where you'd want to go.
Okay, hold on. Oh, it occurs to me I'm tired and very thirsty. I might be getting sick.
What?
We'll soon find out.
Okay. Here we go. What's... I don't know what site you're asking about, DJ Wheels.
I think
that
it's
site.
the GitHub.
GitHub is just to install eViacam. Okay, you ready?
Yes. I'm Sasha Rickman, and here are the top stories we're following this week. The UK taxman has fallen foul of the GDPR, agreeing to wipe 5 million voice recordings used to make biometric IDs. Yes, that's right. Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs, aka the tax collector, has agreed to delete 5 million voice recordings that it used to create biometric IDs. The voice IDs were used to speed access to its phone lines, but were created before the implementation of the European General Data Protection Regulation and violated the tougher rules. HMRC will keep about 1.5 million voice IDs, which are in use, but delete around 5 million where explicit consent was not received and where those people had never used the system since creating the ID. It's actually some pretty cool tech. They had followed several banks and other organizations in using a My Voice is My Password system to identify account holders. It will continue to use the system, but in line with GDPR rules and its own published privacy policy. Chief Executive Sir Jonathan Thompson said in a letter that they will continue to use Voice ID because it is, quote, popular with our customers, is a more secure way of protecting customer data, and it enables us to get callers through to an advisor faster, end quote.
I'm calling about my taxes. Just let me talk to you about my taxes.
So what?
Somebody can maybe like a Trump
Impersonator
could actually get to the bottom of some stuff.
What happens if you like? That's so many. I mean, granted, they're getting rid of so many voice data files, but what happens if you sound just like somebody else?
Sure.
Can you?
I don't
Or
know.
is it like fingerprints?
Nobody
Is there
knows.
like actually a subtle difference all the time?
Must be an intonation
There's some
difference.
people that can rock some really good impressions.
But what if your voice changes? What if, right? Like I was just saying to Robbie
When
that
I wake up in the morning, I've got this great, deep radio
I've
voice.
been washing my hands so much that my fingerprint reader doesn't work on my phone anymore. So what if you...
What?
Yeah, I've like washed my fingerprints they're too weak
So
now.
you trained a dirty fingerprint?
It's like that
No,
time
a
at the
raised
cottage.
fingerprint, but I've washed them all off. Like
I was
they're too
fixing
thin.
something at the cottage and I got crazy glue on my fingers and couldn't unlock my phone for a
that's
week.
Funny.
Right. So this can happen. What if your voice changes? Right?
Yeah, like laryngitis when you're calling in. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh no.
or
There's got to be an alternate way
right?
to
Or a
authenticate.
burn or something, right? Like something
Sure.
can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there must be an alternate authentication.
There
But I mean, at the end of the
absolutely
day,
is.
this story is
Two-factor.
about the fact that they have to delete because they didn't get the consent. Like, you have to now, granted, all these people have not checked in with the service since, but like, what kind of impact is that going to have in the future if those people do happen to call in?
Well, they'll have to wait in line to talk to an advisor.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
all.
Or enter a new voice print ID
Right.
because it's been deleted.
Right.
Which now they will get explicit consent.
Correct. Yeah.
Right, because after GDPR came into play, now they know, okay, we have to, and that's why they can keep the last 1.5 million
Yeah.
Which is
because those ones
Is it-
comply.
Is it really that bad to have somebody's voice on record? I guess maybe it is, but I wouldn't think it would be of concern.
If it's an AI imprint of your voice, then could it not be used to then authenticate against other AIs? Ooh,
You could like write a whole speech in Sasha voice.
chew on
So
that.
all my R's right.
Yeah.
Did your Firefox browser break over the weekend? You're not alone. In fact, virtually everyone who uses Mozilla's popular browser encountered this issue, and we'll tell you why. On Friday, the expiration of a Mozilla certificate used to check the signatures of add-on codes in Firefox desktop and Android web browsers caused a nearly universal failure of Firefox plugins and extensions as browsers detected them as invalid and disabled them.
Ouch.
Yeah. The bug, dubbed Armageddon 2.0, was addressed by a hotfix issue over the weekend, and a new version of the browser has been pushed out. This isn't the first time this sort of thing has happened with Firefox. The original Armageddon happened almost exactly 3 years ago on May 2nd, 2016, when an expired certificate caused signature verification errors for add-ons. A patch was pushed out to most Firefox desktop users on May 5th. However, the fix does not help Firefox ESR or Android users. An update for those browsers is still in the works. For some users, the patch required them to change browser privacy and security settings before it can kick in, because Mozilla is deploying the patch using Firefox's Studies system to rapidly deploy the patch. Studies is a system used by Firefox to deploy pre-released features to users before they're added to a release update. Some organizations and users may disable Studies because they introduce code that hasn't been tested fully and might send usage data back to Mozilla. But because of the speed with which Mozilla needed to deploy the certificate fix, it was pushed out with Studies rather than as part of a browser update, which means users will have to at least temporarily re-enable Studies to regain functionality. From the point of view of enabling Studies, it could take up to 6 hours for the patch to be applied. So 6 hours after enabling studies.
If you even catch it now. And then there's those of us, like I'm pretty tech savvy. I installed Chrome when it happened because what's going on? LastPass isn't working. I can't get onto any websites.
Yeah.
Forget this.
I had no
installed
problems.
Chrome, installed LastPass, and that's what's on my computer now.
You know what's
What do
odd?
you use?
I have Chrome and Firefox.
Yeah.
And I happened to be on both this weekend and had zero issue.
Lucky you.
Huh.
You were offline. You didn't get
I was building website all weekend.
I've had certificates expire,
Yeah.
and I've had to retroactively fix that.
Huh.
But I'm generally a pretty small player in the grand scheme of the interwebs. Now, Mozilla, not so much a small player.
Right.
Not so much.
Like one of the top 2 browsers in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Like aliens use this stuff, folks. So this kind of thing shouldn't happen
Twice.
twice.
Happened twice.
It just shouldn't happen.
Ever.
And I think that's probably the discussion that they're having around the boardroom table today.
Somebody's in super trouble.
It just shouldn't happen. And it makes me feel less confident in the company.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I also just want to say this whole studies thing reminds me of like Windows updates that can break systems, right?
No, if it was Windows updates, it would have bricked the system when it updated.
Yeah.
This is an update to fix the system.
Right. But people have turned off this studies thing, right? Specifically because they don't want Mozilla to collect their
Right.
data and
Yes.
do all this weird...
The question
stuff.
is, do you want to allow us to install test patches? Right?
No.
I want the good stuff.
Test the patches.
Yeah, and then release
then
them to me.
install them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
On Tuesday, Google began rolling out a new feature that allows you to configure how long it can save data from all of the Google services you use, like Maps, Search, and everything you do online. Until now, you had to manually go in and delete this data or turn it off entirely. But deleting it means Google doesn't always have enough information about you to make recommendations on what it thinks you'll like or where you might want to go. Now, you can tell Google to automatically delete personal information after 3 months or 18 months. Google's activity page says this, quote, "The activity you keep can improve your experience anywhere you use your Google account. What you search, read, and watch can work together to help you to get things done faster, discover new content, and pick up where you left off," end quote. Google said during its event Tuesday that it will expand these controls to make them easier to find right inside its apps. But for now, the quickest and easiest way to manage your privacy is under data to myaccount.google. You'll find the new feature under Manage Activity. Google said that it's also rolling out similar controls for how it tracks your location data.
Some people may say, "Oh, but I don't want Google to track me." So, why does it matter to me that Google needs to be able to make recommendations, right?
Yeah, I personally, and I realize that I'm probably in the very strong minority on this one. I love my search history being
Sure.
remembered, my preferences being remembered. I rate places I've been and hope that Google will tell me places like it. And I love my location services on because sometimes I forget what I did yesterday and then my phone reminds me.
That aside, being able to look back at your history, being able to look at that's fantastic, and maybe that's something you might want to opt out of. But keeping in mind that part of what makes Google so great, so powerful, and dare I say so accurate, is that it is able to learn from what you're looking for. And so we think in terms of advertising because that's the way the media slants it.
Right.
And we think, "Oh, but I don't want targeted advertising. I don't want those things. I don't want you to know more about me to be able to display ads." Well, when I search in Google, it also presents results systematically based upon what it thinks I'm probably looking for.
Right.
Right.
So Search Engine Optimization 101 says Java is the name of an island. So if I'm searching for vacation spots and I'm looking for a vacation home or a rental or something like that, and I go into Google and I type in Java, now if it doesn't know anything about me, it's just going to give me a whole bunch of pages about coffee.
Right.
If it knows that I'm looking for a vacation hotspot, it may present me with this sweet little island.
Right.
Right? So this information is very, very helpful when it comes to the search engine standings and how things are presented to me within Google.
Google for me is super smart and intuitive in that I'll search for a recipe one day and 3 days later in my news feed, a whole bunch of different recipes will come up. I've made delicious dinners just based on the fact that Google's like, Sasha's kind of into cauliflower right now.
There you go.
Let's send her some stuff.
Yeah, what's in your fridge?
That's right.
Here you go. Here's some recipes.
It's delicious.
I took cauliflower, sliced it sideways.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I marinated it and brushed it with some nice, I made my own marinade and everything, and I barbecued it. I also put a steak next to it. That's for me.
My new favorite is I take
not cauliflower.
I take
this is ridiculous.
the florets and I make like a flour water garlicky paste thing.
Am I right?
I brush the stuff on it, put it in the oven, then I bake it for about 20 minutes, and then I put hot sauce on it, bake it again for another 20 minutes. It's kind of like cauliflower
A little Tabasco.
wings.
Mwah.
Super good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Jeff wants to move on.
Researchers have taken steps towards an iconic Star Trek medical device. How have you been treating yourself lately? Any cuts or abrasions? Have you had to kiss any skinned knees? Gotten a scratch from a temperamental cat? If you've had to reach for a bandage since the year began, don't worry, you're not alone. In fact, in 2018, the U.S. spent close to $774 million on self-sticking bandages of various kinds.
Wow.
And we needed them. Open wounds must be covered up so that they can heal properly. You don't want anything infecting the dermis. That's your skin, while it grows a new layer to replace what was lost in injury, and that takes time. Obviously, a paper cut heals faster than a nasty slip of the knife while dicing veggies for dinner, and even that heals faster than a larger wound sustained in a high-impact accident. The larger the wound, the longer it takes to heal. If your skin is too damaged to heal by itself or with the aid of stitches, doctors might try taking a graft of healthy skin from another part of your body to replace the injured spot. But it's a painful process, leaving you with just that much more dermis to regrow. Taking healthy skin from somebody else isn't an option either. Your immune system, zealous defender that it is, might mistakenly treat the new graft as hostile and make you terribly sick as it tries to fight off the invader. Of course, in Star Trek's 24th century, any ship's sickbay, home medicine cabinet, or halfway decent field medical kit includes a trusty dermal regenerator. It's the ultimate point-and-click solution. Just aim it at the wound and turn it on, and its gentle beam of healing light magically closes the skin up. How does it do that? The name is a dead giveaway. A dermal regenerator seems to literally regenerate your dermis by prompting new skin cells to grow in the beam's wake. It's the perfect solution. While you won't find the 24th century's answer to the Band-Aid in a drugstore near you anytime soon, we can at least see it in our long-term range sensors. Researchers at the Wake Forest Institute for Regenerative Medicine, led by Assistant Professor Sean Murphy, developed something that they call a mobile skin bioprinter in June 2018. The paper was just published in Nature's journal Scientific Reports in February 2019. Let's say you've got a big bad scrape that needs healing and you call the Wake Forest team into action. First, they take a small sample of healthy skin from you and they put it into a jar where it can grow independent of your body. Once lab techs have a nice supply of healthy, happy skin cells, they mix them into a life-sustaining hydrogel and pour it into the bioprinter, which looks like a couple of microwaves combined with a 3D printing arm bolted to a rack on wheels. They roll it over to your bedside, where an attached device scans your scrape, getting a laser's eye view of all its contours and ridges. The machine proceeds to figure out exactly where and how to place layers of new cells so that they'll match the structure of the skin that was originally there. Once the scanning is done, the bioprinter's printing arm gets to work putting down the cells it was given layer by layer. Initial tests were highly encouraging. The bioprinter technique closes wounds faster, causes less puckering from scarring, and generates new skin quicker. The next step for the Wake Forest team is to start clinical trials on humans.
Wow.
I don't want to be somebody who needs this, but I'm
Right.
happy that it exists if I become somebody who needs it.
Sounds like the future.
It does. I mean, we've been printing body parts and organs for a little bit now. Like, you've heard about, a heart, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
2 years ago was 3D.
But that's not bio. Like, this
That's
is
not like,
true
this is
bio.
like on your
get
body.
That. So,
like,
I mean, this is totally a natural progression. But what wasn't clear to me from the story is, are we talking about like deep gouges that they're looking to fill in, or just like, oh, I've got
like
a boo-boo?
like I would say it probably does like epidermis, dermis, right? Like probably not subcutaneous. Like it's probably not regenerating fat. Right.
No, I would think so.
So
I mean,
it's
it's
just
skin,
like
Good, let
not
the
down
fat
to-
go. Like,
Yeah. Right. So
I picture like a car when you get a scratch and you get the exact same color paint and you just kind of fill in, right? So if you
Right.
have the exact same dermis,
Yeah.
and it's a spray, and they can just kind of spray it on, and
yeah, and
it
it's
is your
skin. So they must use some sort of weird like stem cell situation to grow more skin.
maybe.
You would think.
What I'm wondering though is, could this take on a cosmetic approach? Like, I'm thinking of people who have had really bad car accidents or whatever.
Oh, why not? Yeah.
Maybe are missing part of their face or something. And it's like, I struggle with this because of the way I look. Could you take that and go, you know what? We're going to regrow that part of the face. Like,
I would
Right.
think,
I-
like, it sounds to me like a replacement for grafts.
Right.
so far.
Could a
But
graft
could it go that way?
It could go that way.
Well,
I think to myself, like when I was working at a restaurant, there was a guy who was working in the kitchen and somehow he burnt his leg, like his shin area, and the
no.
skin would never close up over it. And they were even putting layers of silver on it to try and to foster some sort of regeneration and healing. I'm
this
sure
sounds
he's
like
fine now.
like the early 30s. Like, let's just like rub some mercury
Like they
on that.
so evidently silver is a really good healing thing, but they were
Really?
putting like layers of this silver.
I'm pretty sure that's a vampire bite right there.
Anyhow, right now, if that were to happen now and you were really close to the Wake Forest Institute,
Yes.
a prime candidate because it's just skin, like the skin on your shin is really thin. So,
Right. Wow.
so you can just
Sure.
print new skin. I love it.
Think about an abrasion
Yes.
as a perfect example of a great starting point.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, that seems like
like
a practical thing
road
to
rashy
expedite
sort of.
regrowth of natural skin.
Right, and
because
yours-
these are your skin cells being sprayed on.
And the thing is, your skin is the first defense. Like, it's a protective layer.
Mm-hmm.
So the sooner you can get that covered up, the better your chances are of not developing other
Right.
complications
Yeah,
medically.
yeah. Something else getting in and causing an infection or
Right.
anything else. Yeah.
Way to go
Very
for
cool.
Wake Forest Industries. You rock.
Think of this moment 10 years from now when they absolutely revolutionize the world of medicine.
That's right.
Sounds incredible. Let's get a real quick look at CoinGecko. Here's what the crypto market looked like as of 1800 hours Eastern Time on Wednesday, March 8th, 2019. Bitcoin gained a lot. So if you invested in Bitcoin this week, you're doing well. Gained $576.98 US in the past week alone.
Almost 10%, was it not?
It's up from 53.39 all the way to 59.16.
Okay,
So
yeah.
doing quite well. Litecoin is up a little bit at 74.31. Ethereum at 169.24, gaining about $11. Monero is at $66.48, again gaining. Now, the little guys have lost ever so slightly, and Stellite, as we used to know it, has renamed itself. So they found out Stellite is actually a trademarked name. So it is now called Torque. And when you hear Torque on the show, just remember that we are now talking about what was formerly known as Stellite. And they are sitting at 1.18 ten thousandths of a cent. Turtle Coin is at 1.14. Remember, if you're going to trade or do anything in the crypto market, remember that it is always volatile. And because the cryptocurrency market never closes, it could change overnight. It's not like the stock market that closes at 5 p.m. or whatever it is. It just keeps on going and things keep on changing. So do keep that in mind.
Random side note: my neighbor's dog is named Torque.
Torque.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say crypto. That would have been awesome.
Would have been good too.
Anyone, if you name your dog Crypto, we will send you a gift.
That's right.
And probably a sticker or something.
Probably. Big thanks to Roy W. Nash and our community of viewers for submitting stories to us this week. Thanks for watching the Category5.tv newsroom. Don't forget to like and subscribe for all your tech news with a slight Linux bias. And for more free content, be sure to check out our website. From the Category5.tv newsroom, I'm Sasha Rickman.
And I'm Robbie Ferguson.
And I'm Jeff Weston.
We do have to take a really quick break, but if you have cast your ballot for a Kingston Data Traveler 2000, you may be our next winner, so don't go anywhere.
Today is your day.
Oh, sorry.
That is quite all right, Jeff. I forgive you for nudging my paper.
Good. Very Canadian of you.
See? How very good. You are left side.
Okay. I will go and I will load that on the A key.
I found the doodad.
Bless you.
What?
The doodad, Jeff. Come on now.
Look.
I believe you.
Okay,
It's
hold on.
wonderful.
For the microphone.
Hold on. I'm going to come up
It's
real
on
close.
the stool over there.
What?
See? That doodad.
Nice.
Got it.
What was it for?
It's for this mic on the stool.
Oh, okay. I knew it was for a mic, but I didn't know which one. Oh, yeah, okay. Well then.
That was a pretty big moment.
You can just put the doodad beside the widget.
Well, what's it actually called? Like an inglet or something?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
I would call it an end cap.
I think that the shoelace
End cap.
plastic thing is called an inglet. So, and that's kind of similar.
I think that's correct.
Sasha, you
That sounds
got it
That
right.
sounds right.
Oh my gosh. Why is he shocked?
Thank you.
Because it wasn't a time zone.
That's right, or we would be way off. I can't even handle daylight savings time, let alone a time zone.
Oh, Jeff, you were about to do that and then you forgot.
No, I put it away because the story just kept going.
Oh,
and I
yes.
was like,
Oh, technology breakthrough, stupid.
Am I right?
The story just kept going.
sensing an issue with the
Oh, it's an
narrative.
egglet, not an inglet. Marshman, you rock.
He is great at knowing these kinds of things.
He is really good.
I
at
needed to
being
know
smart.
what a spade connector was, but I had no idea what it was. I had to order some.
Right.
And I was like, what's that doohickey on the end of a thingy-bobobs? And he's just like, spade connector. I Google it. I get onto Amazon, and it's like, spade connector, and that's like exactly the thing that I'm looking for.
That's awesome.
It's like,
This-
wow.
Discord chat community situation is, I mean, absolutely my security in all things. Like I can go in the morning, read through. I don't have
yeah.
social media, so this is
Right,
my social
yeah.
media.
Hey, there you go.
Not that I'm always typing, but I'm always watching, which is creepy.
She's watching you.
Yeah.
She's lingering.
Then you notice and you
lurking.
say hi, Sasha, and I'm like, oh,
Oh no, they found me.
they found me being creepy.
I don't know. My phone was just in the chat room.
I have no clue why it said I was
Now
active.
they know that it's actually you lurking. You could have been like, I keep finding that my computer keeps going on to Discord when I turn it on,
No clue what's
and
happening.
even when I'm not home. You know.
Yeah, it's just me like reading through, see what everybody's talking about.
Now you know she's actually lurking, folks.
I am watching.
So
I'm
just say
always
hi,
watching.
Sasha R.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Who wants to welcome us back?
Not me. No, I'm not good
Why?
with no script.
Say welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
Was that the real welcome back?
That was the real
That was
welcome
it?
back.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Well, no, welcome back.
Oh, that was it. Oh,
Well then.
it was
We
a
are
good practice
on
run.
the ball.
Okay. I'm not actually doing a third time. Somebody else.
I thought you were.
Oh, I am?
Now I'm ready.
Oh. Okay. I can't do it now.
Welcome back to Category 5 Technology TV. We're just dealing with the giggles. Lots of good stuff going on. Like
The commercial breaks around here are much more fun for us.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. But you've been waiting to find out about, are you the winner of the Kingston Data Traveler 2000?
I love these things because it's an encrypted USB flash drive, and that means that your data is safe.
I got mine too.
But typically, nice. Cheers. Typically, with an encrypted drive, you got to install software, get it all configured, install your password, and then if you don't have the software, you've lost your data and all that. No, this has got the built-in touchpad, so you just push the buttons, enter your passcode, it decrypts it, you plug it into your computer, and boom, you've got access to your files. But as soon as you unplug it, it disables the fact that it's unencrypted, so it goes back into an encrypted state. So anyone else who plugs that into their computer can't access the files. Great if you are traveling with anything confidential, but it's also nice just to know that your data is safe. I've got pictures of my kids and things like that. I've got cryptocurrency keys, and they can be safe.
Just don't forget your password.
Don't forget your password. That's important. It's a backup of the backup. Remember that. It's just one that you can take with you, and you no longer have to worry about it. So we have one of those to give away. Let's jump right into it, folks. If you cast your ballot, I hope that you win. Hampus and Michael. Hey, Chad Baker.
Simon was calling WX. Wes.
Ron.
Grayson. Trevor.
Lots of names this week, folks.
When are we going to get there?
Faster, John.
The ballots keep coming.
And Wayne, the Byron Age Time.
Thanks for saying nice things about us, man.
Michael Rutherford. Jerry.
We'll call him Junior because
Stan.
It's flying by too fast.
Thomas. Mark. I feel like this is like
Cougar. Peter. Hey. Good luck, everybody. William. Hey.
Getting faster, Brian.
I feel like this is like an episode of Romper Room.
Yeah.
I see Richard. Edwin.
Oh my goodness, there's a ton of
William.
entries.
Wow. Bob. Hey.
Anybody else feeling motion sickness right now? I am. Oh
Etienne. Carla. And I saw Dennis there as well. Chen. Michael. Alan. Peter. And we must be getting near the end. Don. Good luck, everybody. If you haven't seen your name yet, Scott. And the winner this week of a Data Traveler 2000 is
David Hartley.
David.
Well done.
Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations.
You are the proud owner of a Kingston Data Traveler 2000. David, all we need you to do is just simply send an email to contest@category5.tv with your shipping address so that I can send that out to you. And that's all that it takes.
And if you don't, I get to keep it.
Is that the rule?
That's my rule.
That sounds fair enough. If we don't hear from you by, what time is it? 8:16?
End of the show.
8:17 p.m., then that's Jeff's. No, we're kidding. Just mail us. Email us. Let us know where to send it. That's all the time that we have this week, folks. It's been great having you here. Thank you for your well wishes this week as well with my injury. And I'm hoping that next week I will be good to go. But that device, that setup that we looked at tonight has really, really been helpful for me, and I hope it helps you as well. Thank you also to those who have pitched in over the past couple of weeks. We're working toward getting that server replaced, and we're working our way there. And every contribution brings us a little bit closer. We've got to get a broadcast server in place, and I'm hoping that we can do that within the next month or so. So if you'd like to contribute, you can do that through Patreon. You can do that through donate.category5.tv to throw something in the tip jar. And we are also on Twitter if you want to find us there at Category 5 TV. I'm personally on Twitter at Robbie Ferguson, and I'm happy to follow you back. We're on YouTube, as I mentioned at the top of the show, Category5 TV, and LinuxTechShow.com. And you can catch us on Roku, Kodi, Plex, pretty much any player. We're on Spotify, on iTunes, on wherever you want to find us. Just do a quick little search and you'll find us. If you're not finding us on things like Plex, you can actually download the plugin on our GitHub at Cat5TV on GitHub, so github.com/Cat5TV. Of course, just to make it easier for you, everything comes together on our main website at category5.tv, and you'll be able to find all the links you're looking for, or at least get into our community and ask some questions. We'll point you in the right to the right place.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you have a wonderful week, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Cool.
Intro time?
My mic is dead.
Really?
Yeah, I stopped talking when it died.
You knew?
I only knew because
Is the battery dead?
The battery died
No.
during the giveaway, so I stopped talking.
How did your battery die?
I'm guessing you died mid.
Oh, no. Okay, well, turn it off. Sorry.
That's okay.
Good thing we're just about to do the intro. Aw.
I just stopped talking and started talking. You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's just do a quick intro and then we're done anyways, so.
Oh, I guess I probably shouldn't. I should look.
Yeah,
like
just,
I have it
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, and I gotta remember to do that as well. So Sasha, come in here so that we're kind of symmetrical. There we go. Yes. Welcome to the show, everybody. This week, we are going to be learning how to turn our computer's webcam into a accessibility device to allow us to control our mouse with our face. So if you have a webcam, a Linux computer, and a face, you'd be good to go. Stick around.
There we go.
Do you have a face?
You have a face.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Oh. Darn it, I have a webcam and a computer, but no face.